Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another Monday Conversations with a Masterful Raconteur. Well, today is December the 29th, 2025. We're almost there for 2026. And are you excited? Because I am excited. You know, this is that time of year that I challenge myself. And I want to challenge somebody else out there. Some of you people who will procrastinate, some of you people who have visions and positive ideas and you just procrastinate on it, you know. I want to challenge you. And I want to challenge you by challenging you to put me on the spot. This is my New Year's goals, okay? And if you know anything about this old boy right here, you know this is not a joke. This is really the real deal with me. Every year I do something like this. I have to come out of the chute like this, you know. I just have to do it like that. That's, you know, people ask me, how do I do this and this and this and this? Well, God blessed me with the talent, but He gave me the determination, you know, and the passion to do this stuff. And I learned, you know, a long time ago that in order for me to realistically accomplish my goals, I have to be structured. When I was younger, I was not structured. So I've learned to be structured, and this is how I get it done. So I'm going to share with you 26 goals that I have for the year 2026. Before I do that, I want to thank everybody that has supported me in 2025. I appreciate you so much. You know, I appreciate you so much. I really, really, really do. Um, Man, like I've said in the past, sometimes there's people who I thought would not support me, and they did. Um, and you know, it's very encouraging for me. So I want to thank each and every one of you for that. I want to thank all of you who have watched my movie, SheDaPlaya. It's a comedy movie. It's on bbinging.com. And I'd like to invite you to go and watch it and support the movie, support all the actors in the movie by watching it. It costs only $2.99. And all you got to do is go to bbingn.com, bbinging.com, bbingn.com. And for just $3, you can support this movie and get your laugh on, because it's a good movie and it's very funny. The reviews have been very, very positive. I want to thank those, especially between Gainesville and Dunellen, who have experienced Florida's own band. We do a monthly thing over in Dunellen, and every third Saturday, and they have really, really supported and appreciated the music that we play, and they have just really, really had a good time. And we're getting ready to go back on the 17th, I believe it is, of January. Yeah, the 17th of January, we'll be back in Dunellen, and we'll be headed your way soon. So I want to send a shout out there to Al Williams in the band. We're bringing some new members into the band, and we're looking forward to getting better and better. And man, we're just excited. And I just want to thank you for that, because to put this kind of work in, it is a process, and there are no magic wands for this stuff. But like I said, I'm a goal orientated person. It's just how God made me. And I start my year off every year, and I write my goals down. I write them down. I found that, and I'm saying this for a reason, not to toot my own horn. I'm saying this because people approach me a lot of times and they ask me questions about how to approach this and how to approach that, and how, they want to do this and they want to do that. And I always tell them, can you write it down? Because yeah, it's up here, it starts up here, but can you write it down? Because most of the time when a person thinks of something and they cannot uh, write it down, they don't have the discipline or the focus or the timing of whatever's going on in their life to write it down. Most of the time, they are going to come up short if they even get it, anything accomplished. So write it down. You know, that's what I do. And, I can't say that, I wish I could say that I accomplish everything that I write down in the course of a year, but that's not the case. But when I write it down, and I'm a guy that I am about it, anybody that really knows me, they know that I'm about it. I usually accomplish almost everything that I write down. Now, a year is 365 days, So I don't do all of this stuff overnight. That's why I said structure. I structure myself so that I can do it, and I can do it realistically in a realistic manner and period of time. So the number one thing that I'm going to do in 2026, 26 goals for the year of 2026. Now, for somebody who, let me just say this right quick. I know tomorrow ain't promised to me. I know that the whole year of 2026 is not promised to me, but I'm not looking at negative. I'm looking at positive. Okay. I'm looking at what I want to accomplish. And if God allows me to do it, it's going to get done. If He does not allow me to do it, it will not get done. Okay. So, anybody that I'm trying to, I'm really trying to encourage and inspire somebody, let's stay real. Okay. But you got to be proactive in accomplishing your goals. So the number one thing that on this list that I intend to do is I want to get even closer with my Creator, God. I want to get even closer with Him, because I cannot do anything without Him, and I don't even desire to do anything without Him. I don't want to do one thing without feeling confident that God has His loving arms around me. That's the way I've been. I've groomed myself. I've established my covenant with Him, and um, I lean and depend on Him every moment of my way. I truly do. No, I'm not one of them more holy roly people, always trying to get in front of people and trying to be fancy. Nope, I'm just who I am, and I learn a lot from that story in the Bible where about Christ being on the cross, nailed to the cross, and there was these two bad guys, and one guy believed and the other one didn't, and the one that believed was granted favor. I learned a lot from that. I learned that I can be a little rough around the edges, and I can not be perfect the way somebody looking at me right now feels I should be, and the good Lord will still bless me, love me, and keep me. So I don't have to worry about what man got to say. I got to worry about what the good Lord got to say. So I want to make sure that that is my number one goal, to have a closer relationship with the Lord. Then I ask God to bless me with my health. That's my second goal. My third goal is, man, especially after Thanksgiving, what's going on now, I got to lose some of this weight, man. I'm in pretty good shape. My health, to the best of my knowledge, is good for my age. But I got some things, man, that I can be better, and I got to improve my health. And I'm gonna start by eating better. I've already did pretty good with that in 2025. I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna eat more healthier things, and I'm gonna trim down some weight. So I want somebody to touch in with me who want to lose some weight, and let's set a goal that we can do together and monitor each other and kind of hold each other accountable to stick with it, because I kind of need that. Because, man, if y'all just knew the cake and the pecan pie I done had in the last since Thanksgiving, somebody help me. But I'm gonna lose some weight, and I'm gonna try to lose at least 12 to 15 pounds. That's my goal for 2026. That's my number three. My number four is I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna structure my going forward. And when I say structure my going forward, I'm talking about, I look at what am I going to accomplish in January? What am I going to accomplish in February, March, April, May, and so forth? And I do it realistically. I look at what I'm trying to do and what can I get done in this month and what can I get done in that month, and I just try to balance all of that and tie it in together so that my end game comes out as smooth as possible, and that I increase my odds of actually fulfilling my goals. So that's my number four: structure my going forward. My number five is I'm going to produce at least two more films in 2026. Now, in order to produce them, I got to write them. So my number six is I'm going to write. I'm going to script them. I already know where I want to go with them. I actually thought about that in this year. So I already know what I want to do. So I got to write them. Number seven, the first movie that I've already kind of started scripting, it's going to be a horror movie. Oh man, I got something real good coming for the horror fans. It's really, really awesome. And I got a I got a guy that I've worked with recently and worked with several years ago, who is going to be the main star of that movie, and representing Jacksonville, man. And he is the right person for this. And so I haven't really told him much details, but we've talked about it. And if he's watching me right now, I'm not even going to mention your name right now, but because you know who I'm talking to. But we're gonna get this done, man. And this is all, we're gonna do a short film to get off the ground, and it's gonna be so intense. It's gonna be so intense. So I've already selected the actors for this first rodeo of this horror movie, and we're gonna be having meetings soon. So yeah, as you can see, that's my goal for 26, but I'm already in motion with it. Told you this, oh boy, I don't play. I'm about it. And then I'm gonna produce another comedy. I was talking with one of my one of my good friend actors from SheDaPlaya. We talked about this, and I'm not saying much about it right now. I still got to script it, but he's a brilliant mind when it comes to comedy, and we already kind of created us some bullet points for some things that we want to do. Um, and then number eight, I got to cast actors. So, and then number 10, I got to cast the crews. See, this, like I say, ain't no magic wands. This is work that has to be done. Number 11 on my list, when it comes to my movie SheDaPlaya, it's already my goal, but I intend to experience it along with the cast of SheDaPlaya in 2026. We're going to be screened in some film festivals. I already know. But, I just got to have faith in that. But I believe that the movie is that good, and I believe that the good Lord, he was behind me producing this movie, and I think he wants the best of that movie. He wants the best, not just for me, but for all the actors that's in that movie. So, um, I got a feeling we're gonna be screened in more than three, but I'm just gonna claim three for right now, and I'm gonna look forward to more. Okay. Now I put the band back together. Florida's own band. That's my number 12. So I've already put the band together. As I already said, we already been playing, but I gotta hunker down and I gotta book more engagements for the band, you know. And so that's my number 12 thing to do, to book more engagements. We've already been getting inquiries and people that like the band so much that they want to book us for their reunions and things like that. So we're poised right now to accomplish um, some good things with the band. And um, so that is my number 12. My number 13, when it comes to the band, is I play bass guitar and I also uh, play keyboards for the church. So my number 13 is I'm going to structure in a little more rehearsal time for me personally to get better at my bass guitar. Because when you're wearing all of these hats like I'm doing, there's only so much time in the day. And I learned a long time ago that if you spend 5 to 15 minutes a day, say three days out the week, 4 days out of the week, you'll be surprised. I'm talking to you musicians now. You'll be surprised how much better you get. My fingers right now, the blisters and the calluses are already forming because I've been playing actively for the last uh, couple of months or so. So for bass players, we know that when those blisters turn into calluses and they peel off, you just about got your chops back. So I'm at that stage right now. I I was on the phone today, my number 14. So I got to get better on keyboards. I can play, but I want to be better than what I am. And that has been one of my most difficult challenges is trying to spend time rehearsing on the keyboard like I want to, again, because of doing all the other things. So I got to figure out, like I said, back to my structure and my going forward, I got to figure out how to sit some time in there and do it in a way that I can actually do it. So I can be establish that routine of spending a little bit of time on the keyboards. Now, my number 15, I've already produced the Florida Storm comedy tour, and we've been test piloting it in Dunellen, and we have MC, we have comedians, and then we got the live band. It's a package that is truly the right kind of different. And so it's almost exactly what I want it to be, but we're still developing it, and I got to book more venues. So my number 16 is I haven't done this particular production in Gainesville, my hometown, and so that my number 16 is to produce a show in Gainesville. My number 17 is to produce a show in Jacksonville, my other home, and then I want to drop down number 18 to Marion County. And actually, I said Marion County because there's some spots between Ocala and the villages, and even beyond the villages that I'm hoping that I can book in down there. Um, um, my number 19 is to build more relationships with people in these other locations so that I can be able to accomplish these goals. Because when you go into another city where people don't really know you, or they barely know you, you have to build relationships with people in order to have a turnout so that the business part of this thing can work out. So that's my number 19. And so my number 20 is I want to be able to collaborate with more talents. Um, I see my girl Stina is touching in with me right now. She's an example of what I mean by that. This lady got such a beautiful voice. and she's busy playing with she performs with other groups, and so I want to be able to have her enhance some of the stuff that we're doing, and we be a support system to her with some of what she's doing, because she's just somebody who the talent is there. Her personality is really solid, you know. So I don't work well with arrogant people. Y'all probably heard me say that, but she has to have a sweet, humble spirit about her, and I just she's the type of person that once you win me over a certain kind of way, all thing you gotta do is walk down the middle of the road with me, and I'll be walking down the middle of the road with you. And if you buck that, then that's what we do. We buck that. That's how that go. Ain't no more freebies. You know, some of y'all that's over your head, so you kind of gotta know a little bit of something about something in order to relate to what I'm talking about. Something that has been requested of me. This is my 21. Something that has been requested of me for some years now that I haven't done. I keep procrastinating. I hope I can get this done during the summer or sometime after the summer, shortly after the summer. But I'm gonna try real hard to pull this one off because this is something that I really, really want to do. It's gonna depend on how busy I am with what I got going on at that particular time. I know that I can't do this before the summer, and I don't want to wait until the holiday season to try to do this. The summertime is the best time to do it. So um, for I have a lot of people who have children and grandchildren who approach me and they say, Barry, do you do any workshops and stuff that they help the young people with acting and stuff like that? And I have not been able to pull that off. And I really want to because I've been requested to do that for a few years now. And I just haven't been able to find the time. And I'm going to try real hard. Um, I've already, well, in the past, a I put a schedule together and I put a workshop together, but I just haven't followed through on that like I should. But I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to do a master class for actors and especially young people because in this season of my life, I'm really trying to give back and give to talented, deserving people who are serious, who really need to be inspired by somebody that is actually doing it. See, no, I'm not a big name celebrity, but only thing you got to do is look at my resume. And if you don't take me serious from that, then I don't know what your problem is. But people look at me and they, um, dear friend of mine, just today, we were at the bank together and she hugged me. And she's a very special person in this community. Very, very special person. And she said something to me along the lines of, every time I see you, I feel like I'm with a celebrity or something like that. And people say stuff like that to me sometimes. It touches my heart. It makes me smile. But on the inside, I'm like, yeah, but hardly nobody really know me, not nationally. So, but from a local standpoint, for people to feel that way about me means quite a bit to me, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Um, my number 22 is I have an aunt who's um, 92. I think she's 92 now. And I just visited with her today for a short while. I just want to love on her a little bit more. My aunt is 92. And she feisty, but she's sweet. And she always makes sure that I got food to eat. She always looks out for me. And we look out for each other, but I was thinking in my heart that I want to do even better for her because she might be to my funeral where she living, but we don't know what tomorrow is. So if you got a family member out there that you love, especially one that's been good to you, stuff like that, why don't you take what I'm saying now and let that be a goal for you that you would call them a little more regular this year. if you can, spend some time with them a little bit more regular this year. You know, maybe you ought to take that serious. Um, my number 24 is, if you keeping up with me, you know, on Christmas I had a chance to spend some time with my oldest granddaughter, and my sweetheart, she's playing basketball, and I want to try to spend some time with her and help her work on some of her fundamentals, you know, of basketball and stuff. I'm really, really proud of her. For me to structure something like that in, that's good for me as well as for her. We're spending time together, and it will help me to take my mind off of some of the other things that I do and just enjoy doing something that's different. And God knows I can't play ball like I used to play. And I ain't finna be running up and down no court, but we can do some little fundamental stuff, you know? And that's one of my goals. My number 25 is I gotta do an even more detailed and involved job of promoting my streaming platform, Be Binging. I gotta do it in a more broader way. A lot of people are supporting me, but in order for it to really, for me to accomplish the goals that I need to, I got to get a whole lot more people to support me. But you got to start somewhere, you know. And I've started it, and I just have to build it. You know, I gotta be smarter. I want to try to get on some more podcasts and stuff like that, and do more interviews and stuff, which is a whole nother goal. Um, but I gotta promote Be Binging a lot more. That's where I house all of my content. SheDaPlaya is on Be Binging. My award-winning play Divorcing Us is on Be Binging. House of April 1st is on Be Binging. House of Nafiki is on Be Binging. Music video Angel Rain is on Be Binging. Uh, the Duvals, the comedy series is on Be Binging. I've got like a lot of work that I've done, and you know, one of my one of my good friends, uh, we were talking recently, and he was like, "Man, I'm finna watch your movie, man, because I don't want to be one of them people, man, who you don't call no names, but you be kind of letting people know, man, that, you know, you your friends and y'all don't even want to support me." Well, God don't want me to beg nobody. You know, He don't want me to do that. But if I don't open my mouth, um, yeah, I mean, nothing's going to happen if I don't believe in what I'm doing enough to open my mouth. And yeah, to the point of what me and him was laughing and talking about was, there's people who I'm close to who watch me all the time, who know me personally. Some of them have come to me for loans and stuff like that, and won't support me with $3. And I be kind of sending little subliminal messages to them sometimes, like, okay, I'm giving you another opportunity to support me, because I know at some point in time you're gonna come and ask me for another favor. And I'm gonna look at you next time. I'm saying, but you asking me for all this right here, but you wouldn't even give me $3. And that's how I feel about that. But if that don't apply to you, then don't take that personal. Okay. That's just a little subliminal thing that I'm doing, that I do sometimes with certain people. But I really would appreciate all of you if you touching in with me. I mean, $3, you know, support me. You see what I'm doing? I'm really walking it, and I'm not faking this. I am the real deal. And you know, when you support me, you're supporting all the people that is a part of the work that I do. So that's my number 25, to promote my streaming platform, Be Binging. And um, and again, you can support me by going to bbingn.com. I'll repeat that, bbingn.com, and just subscribe for $3. You know, and if you just want to watch SheDaPlaya, you know, it'll cost you $7, and you can watch it for 7 days. But the better deal is to just subscribe for $3, and then watch it for 30 days, 24/7. So it's up to you. But some people don't want to do that. They just rather watch the movie one time and be done with it. And I appreciate any of that. And thank you again for all of you. Now, my number 26, my number 26 goal. This is the last one that I have for the year of 2026. If God bless me to be here, I'm going to schedule more R&R for myself, because that's the one thing that I've never done well. I just work all the time. I work all the time. Then when I burn myself out, I take a I take 2 or 3 days to try to go do something, and um, and then I'm right back in the saddle. And you know, I just got to do better with that. I gotta do better with it. So I decided that at least every 2 months I gotta take some R&R for myself, and I probably include in that R&R a professional massage. Something that I really really like. The experience of that. You know, and the only thing about getting a professional massage, as soon as you find a good masseuse, somebody that know how to, I like that deep tissue massage, man. Get in there and get down in them cracks and then make me sore for a day or two. That really wakes my body up. Every time I find a good masseuse that can do that, you go back, I call back the next time, they not there no more. I don't know what it is with these masseuses, but they don't seem to stay very long in the same spot. But that's one of the most important things that I think I need to treat myself to on a regular schedule. On a regular schedule. So, what is your plans or ideas or vision for 2026? If the good Lord allows you to be here in 2026 so that you could see 2027, what would you say you accomplished? Or is accomplishing something not a big deal for you? If it's not, that's your life. Ain't no problem. You live your life the way you want to live it. But I would encourage and inspire everybody to have something that means so much to you that you would challenge yourself to do it, to accomplish it. You know, that's a positive thing. That's a win-win thing on every single level, internally, health-wise, mentally, spiritually, from your heart to somebody else. That also allows somebody else to give to your heart and to your spirituality. So, why don't you do that? Anyway, when you look at the titles, 26 goals for 26, it's easy to say, oh, that's not realistic. But it's not for me. I challenge you. Make some goals for yourself for 2026. And God bless you. And let's pray that we all, we see 2026, Florida's own Barry S. McLeod, truly the right kind of different. I want to thank, before I go, Stina for touching in. One of my favorite cousins, Sylvester. Man, I'm glad I'm not up there in that cold where you at. I want to thank May Chamblis, Jacksonville. She says she's gonna write her books. I'm gonna hold you to that. Wanda Taylor. Thanks for touching in with me. My girl Kenya, from SheDaPlaya. That's our star, SheDaPlaya, and a fantastic comedian. She opens the show and closes the show sometime for the Florida Storm Comedy Tour. Y'all got to check her out. She's a stand-up comedian and she's an actress. And man, I just really, really, I'm so thankful that I met her and her family. My boys, my little brother now, Slick Chicky, that's his bride. And so thanks for touching in with me. My old childhood friend, Richard Pringle. I ain't gonna call you by your nickname. I'm gonna go by the name you got on Facebook. What's up, man? Good to see you. Monique, how you doing, sweetheart? And Laverne Donnelly. Thank you all for touching in with me. Y'all share this post and encourage somebody to support bbenjamin.com. Thank you very much. Y'all stay blessed.